today. 18 minutes gone past 9. Let's delve straight into the first and most likely the biggest conversation we're going to have this morning. You see, in recent days and weeks, there have been so many reports, not just even weeks, let's be honest, it's been going on for almost 5 years, 5 straight years in this state that, yes, the one chance operations have become a menace. It's been very much publicized, so much so that when they started to pop up in Abuja, right, back in the year 2021 and 2022, but like people were like, this now old format now, we don't get used to RAM, But the fact that some people have been stating that we're used to it here doesn't make this healthy. So, ladies and gentlemen, my question for you this morning as a Rivers person, all right, is this. What transport reforms would help tackle robberies in these taxis? Because that's what these quote-unquote one-chance operators are. They are robbers. They are pickpockets. Sometimes they eventually turn out to be kidnappers. But the very popular modus operandi is to get people in the vehicle, dispossess them, and then throw them out. They don't really want you because there's a lot of work involved in kidnapping. They just want your phone, your money, your wallet, whatever. And it's very despicable because a lot of people, almost every disposition, almost every stereotype of person that you can think of has been used in these operations. You have seen people dressed as heard people dressed as businessmen, females being used in the operation, looking all motherly and wholesome, caring. Then you have the young business mogul person who wears a suit, right? And he steals from you. All sorts of stereotypes are used in the operations here in Port Harcourt. So what exactly needs to be done to deter them? In recent times, they have started to use POS machines to defraud people. Oh yes, we have a clip.
They do my wife also. Someone was going to church. 3 people do for back, one chance for front. Now they have very shift, making balance swear. That's that Madam balance swear now. Because the man just take back going hold, back door open, phone don't go. 7,000 going hold, don't go.
As I entered the taxi, the guy was like asking me, can I help him that he's going to a place where you don't know, that he just came from Cameroon, that he has dollar within. I hear that dollar. I quickly hear the signal, ask the driver to drop. I'm not going again. Driver asked me why. I said I want to drop. No, I'm not going again. So I drop. Then I call me winch.
That's why I know they blame the way they look inside before you enter. I know they blame my business because of our experience.
When you want to close the door, they'll be like, my hand. Then you trying to open the door now, they've collected what they want and they'll push you out of the motor.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and X. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation. WhatsApp 009030641. First message here says, Jude, I totally agree with you. These formats that they use are old school. Why do people keep falling for these formats? Everybody should be wise. Look, okay, thank you very much, by the way. That's from James. Everybody should be wise is not a deterrent to this crime. Once again, I'm asking what modalities, particularly in the transport sector, right, would help to tackle these robberies, because it's not a normal thing. Well, for most Potako people, they seem to have normalized it. Oh, now one chance you enter, now wow, that's what they do. The places that have been mentioned, Rumokoro, very popular axis between Rumokoro and Rukwaku, right? Rumokoro and my one, that route, that line, very, very common, right? Then Choba, Rumokoro as well, very, very, very common. Robin in the Che. Good morning to you, Robin. We have Zion waiting on. Go on, please.
Yeah, Jude, good morning. You see, this issue of one chance and this robbers, the problem is punitive. There's no punitive. We treat every crime very trivial in that of the world. When one's crime is rewarded, those who have committed crimes, they are all around our societies today.
But they're not being they're not being rewarded, Robin. Hello. Oh dear. Zion is in Jerry. Zion, good morning to you.
The only solution to this problem, number one, every taxi or commercial vehicle in the state should be registered, underline that word, registered and be painted of that state color.
Zion, in New York, you have yellow taxis, but also in New York, there are also taxis that are not painted. How come they don't have one chance?
Look, listen to me. This environment is different from this environment. We breed crime. We breed criminality here. There they don't breed it. They avoid it. They abort it. Here we are breeding it. We give birth to ram. We are not going to go commit crime. We here. Haven't you situation that they will arrest somebody, the person will make or release, that person will be released? Haven't you heard it? The man who was printing ballot papers here in River State some years back, that the courts, they transfer his case. Where is that man? Did you hear it was possible? So the solution to this, I told you a few days ago, precisely on Monday, I saved a guy. I saved, he was calling me, you are an angel. I said, I'm not an angel. I wanted to tell him that, look, I am the Zion, you hear his voice on radio, but to avoid that publicity, I said, just go home and thank God.
Okay.
Eventually entered this car.
We're going for a break, Zion, please.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.
Hello, Port Harcourt. My name is Jude, the dude, or Mamigbe. And this morning we are talking about robberies that go on in taxis, aka one chance operators. They have become a menace to society. They've been here for as long as I can remember, particularly getting in public recognition, I would like to say sometime in 2005, 2006. But I would like to say that in the past 5 years, in Port Harcourt in particular, their operations have not just expanded, they've gotten to a status of notoriety. Oh yes, they are no more isolated events. In fact, they feel like serial operators. That means they know that they can operate between this area and this area on this day to this day and from this time to this time. Particularly worthy of mention are those individuals who usually come out from their churches, maybe after an overnight session of worship or what we call night vigils, right? They are the most vulnerable groups because between 5:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m., these one chancers have dispossessed several citizens of their phones, their bags, their wristwatches, and their wallets. They've become so brazen that they don't even mask their faces. It's a big problem. They don't wear masks. They don't, nothing. That's how they operate. But you have to ask yourself, what exactly has made this sector, talking about transportation, and these routes, the routes I'm going to mention, Choba to Rumokoro, Rumokoro to Rukmaku or Rumokoro to Maiwan, Rumokoro to Eliozu or Eliozu down to Tank, Element Junction, anywhere going to east, west, north, south of Element Junction is a prime target for one chancers. But the question is, why? What makes these routes so, I would say loved, so susceptible to robberies? That is our question, and want to find out what can be done to mitigate these circumstances.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Well, Ibiso has joined us from Odili Road. We have Okonkwo and Rumokuta. But Ibiso, welcome, please.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
2006, I fall into their hand.
Oh, dear.
I was coming from Rumumasi to Rumigbo. I don't know that the guy said I want to throw away saliva. I don't know that the guy is targeting my pockets and took my money. When I get to everyday supermarket, after buying what I want to buy, put her in my pocket, empty pockets, and I put her in the other pocket and think I have some money there. Okay. So the next time, when one of them want to shift, I say we must stay here. Then I say the place is I say you know this place is you carry two of us in the front. We must stay. I will not go down. We argue. I say driver, if this guy is shaking again, I will just blow him. I know their tactics now. Now the advice is, now dude, if you go to water lines, all the people that are loading Lagos, Abuja, inside they will tell that 1 chance, 2 chance. They will take your money from you and you stay there till 5 o'clock in the evening. They will not give you your money. So I want the government to start with that people first. When Mr. John was talking about New York and yes, everything documented. Dude, if you are not using yellow tags itself, they know you. So if anything happens, they will trace it through their data and arrest you. But here, can the commissioner, the minister of transport, come and tell us that how many taxis are operating in Port Harcourt?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Document everything.
Okay.
If they document it, you see weapons.
Okonkwo is Okonkwo, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning. Welcome.
Your question was, what are we to do to stop the ugly trend of wanchins?
Yes. What transport reforms would tackle these robberies in our taxis?
Brother Jude, the Almighty God made the human life to be a life of network service, to be a word of network knowledge. Brother Jude, if you are succeeding and I'm making all my effort to succeed, and it's not working, I should be able to come to you. Say, Brother Jude, what are the things that you do that do make you to succeed? You can transfer that knowledge to me. And when it is enforced, I would also begin to succeed. Just like in New York, as somebody made a reference of, can't we go to other countries and borrow ideas, administrative or political or economic, on how we are to succeed here? I'm adding by saying all over the world, in terms of adequate security, including to stop launchings, people set up their CCTV cameras.
Okay.
How many times have people suggested that? My friend surprised me that went to USA last year. He said, I never thought of that in my mind. Immediately I entered the USA country. I saw camera and I saw my name. I saw all the details of my coming to US.
Interesting.
I just seen it. But to hear every person, but to go to Arankawu, they are free to enter this place and no person will know, mix up with us. They should use CCTV camera. That's the solution. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So CCTV at major junctions could help. Victor, Victor, that was a caller from Rumukuruchi. But let me get to read your messages on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Now, this one here reads, good morning, sir. It is a pity that this one-chance operation is becoming a norm in Port Harcourt. A week before the last, I mean a fortnight ago, they collected the phone worth 130,000 naira purchased by my neighbor for his wife. Now, it was collected by these one-chancers. I suggest all taxis and buses used in the state should be registered and captured in the system, and anyone who does not register shouldn't operate in any of the routes. Now, if any of these issues occur, they go to that route and fish out the perpetrator of the crime. The police should not allow it or compromise with any taxi or bus not registered and captured in the database of the transportation sector in the state. With this, it will be easier to track these criminals. Regards. Victor is in mile 3. Victor, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
All right, thank you so much.
Very welcome.
We are discussing foundation building, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
All right, sir. There's nothing we can do other than reporting to the police, because we the populace or the citizens of this country, sometimes we know this person is doing this thing. We can't take laws into our hands. If we want to do it ourselves, we can actually catch these guys. But the end point is actually taking them to the police, and these guys will still come out. So if I should go on that premise, I can put it to you and anyone listening to me here that if Nigerian police want to put an end to it, they will. It's a very simple task. One, if they are serious about it, it's just about telling the populace, as you are entering the keke, let's just do a surveillance of 1 month. As you are entering the keke, take a snapshot of their plate numbers, assuming that these plate numbers are to play the role they are meant to play. Take a snapshot of their plate number, send it to this particular WhatsApp group of that particular police station within that region. As you send it, as soon as there is any problem, you just actually alert them. Or as soon as they are entering a particular car, you suspect. Or even the police themselves can do what they call undercover. Are we the one to teach them this job? And they come out and say, because this is becoming a menace, let us do an undercover for this thing. Use themselves and cover up this program and execute it. But they will not, because just as we complain about all their poor boys, it is the same problem. They know these boys, they cannot do anything about it. Have we solved their own? I beg.
Victor there, very upsetting. Also, we have another Victor in Rumukuruchi. Good morning to you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Jude, all these things they are saying, I don't think it goes anywhere, because, first of all, let's check the environment where these things regularly happening. 1, 2, let's check the time when this thing usually happens. Now, you observe that this thing usually happens either early in the morning or in the evening. Now, in the evening, most of the people you see on the road are people that come back from work. Either the workers who just come back and they are using their right, or company workers, they put motors. So now somebody was talking about maybe registration. Nigeria doesn't have data. That's number one. Then somebody was talking about painting of motor. It doesn't make meaning because most of the motors that operate by those hours are motors that either going to work or coming back from work. So if you are talking about Nigeria doesn't have data, so if you are talking about registration, it doesn't work because Nigeria doesn't have data. What about those people that are from the office, all those civil servants that will use their motor in the evening to run? So where will you get them? So the best way is that one should be alert. And then police also, I think police should be at the station of, because if you check very close, where these things always happen are the environment where you have most touts.
Okay.
You have touts with environment. Like maybe in Rumokoro, you have numbers of touts there when they oh God.
Well, Victor may have a point there. William is in Oyigbo. Williams, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sir Jude.
Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for your patience.
I think what should be done is, like the other previous caller said, the introduction of CCTV should come in, one. And every vehicle that is a commercial vehicle should be duly registered. And people should stop entering vehicles on the way. They should go to the designated areas like the parks to enter motor.
But Williams, Williams,
wherever they are going.
But Williams, you do know there's a challenge with that submission, because if I go to the park, and I usually get to Rumokoro Park, for example, if I want to come down to Choba, I go to the park, right, and I enter the bus or the vehicle, but I may not stop at the next park. I may want to stop at Mercy Line. There's no park there. I may want to stop at Obirikwe Beach. There's no park there. And when they stop me, there will be another passenger on the road who wants to get to the next point. So how do you tell people, don't enter a bus or taxi if you're not entering for the park? It may not be very feasible.
Well, there should be something to be done anyway. But the introduction of CCTV cameras everywhere around Rivers should be okay. Especially all those areas that these things are occurring.
Okay.
At least with that, it can go a long way by helping to curb some of these things.
Wisdom is in Rukwaku. Wisdom, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning, please.
To me, first of all, I see this thing in two different ways. One is the individuals who always fall a victim to this. I see some of them as those who have also big eye for money. That is because I want to use myself as an instance. Some years back, when I was in Delta State, those who know Gele very well, if you take either a taxi or whatever coming to Port Harcourt from the park, it's always expensive. Then we prefer leaving the park, walk by the right. When you're coming to Port Harcourt, there's a police station behind it.
Yes.
So I always do that because I feel it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. You stand on the road. Yes.
So I feel it's cheaper. So on my way on this very day, I was just standing there and I saw a taxi coming back. Say, are you going to Mbioma? Something that we do take. Then it was 700, 800. So I had 500. I said, okay, this one is a bit cheaper now. I joined. Immediately the car moved just like 2 posts. They say the next thing I heard is, the dollar you said you carry from your guy who was that you were serving, that the Alhaji that died in Mecca. I hope the money is there. So I was just listening to them. The next thing I heard is, hey bros, this matter now involves all of us. This guy will carry from motor here, carry big money. The money there is about how many dollars. Even the man there doesn't even know how much he's carrying. The guy whom he was serving died in Mecca. So on his way now, he's coming back with he carried the money down to Delta State here. What we need now is but there is a charm on the money. We need to remove. They come up with different stories. Do you know? At first, I I said, this is my opportunity. I want to let me be part of this because I had a very huge sum of money. My brother, they drove us down to where I don't even know. Went to a herbalist. The man.
You were on your way to Port Harcourt. You now branch herbalist house.
They don't develop because I've had money now. This I'm telling you is a life history. So because I've heard who some, that's why I say most times if it hasn't happened to you, you not really understand. You know, it's just big eye for money, not as if it's a charm. Because I want to be part of that money, hearing of dollars and all that. We went to the harbor. The man was like, you have such amount of money in the car. He will say yes. This is what happened. He will say yes. The man now said, okay, that the man used a very powerful charm in the maker from Israel, wherever, to make the charm. That what is there is that all of us we are going to contribute such amount of money. In fact, before he started, that anything, if you have any kobo in your hand that has to do with money, including ATM, bring it out. So they were now naming the things we are going to use to buy the things they are going to use. So we are now leaving everybody. You bring such amount of money. And I said, okay, I'm coming to Port Harcourt. Let me come and get. Do you know I came to Port Harcourt and was looking for money here to scatter. Where I will see money to go back. So I will send my own and be part of the money. But to cut it short, I didn't go back. I just feel maybe God just wanted to deliver me from. But that 2-3 days, I was just looking, asking my friends where I would borrow amount of money up to 100 and something thousand.
People that you know nothing about.
Yes, I was just asking, but nobody was able to help. So that was how I just forgot about it. So to me, one is if you are entering a vehicle, always maintain that park because these people hardly make use of park. It's always along the road. That one is one. Then two, when you hear any discussion that doesn't concern you in a vehicle, avoid it. Once you join the conversation, that is where attention also comes in. They have gotten you. So that is my own edition. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, wisdom. Thank you very much. This is funny. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to quote what the last caller said. I've been a victim of that before.
Oh, wow.
Port Harcourt, yeah.
You went to the herbalist too?
Yeah. At Chuba here. I was a victim of Chuba here. That one was this minibus people.
Yeah.
So this is passengers need to be very careful because
a lot of people. What? Let me say. So wait. This is my very first time. Hand on chest. This is the first time I've actually ever had to interview anybody who was admitted to falling for that particular scam, that line. Oh, there's dollar inside this place. There's charm. Let's go and break it out. We'll share the money. Wow. Okay. Messages now 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. Good morning, Jude. Please, what's up this morning with you? You are just giving me throwback feelings with your presentation. Good, God bless. Marshall, thank you very much. Is that Marshall Harry? I see. Oh, interesting. All right. Thank you very much. Good morning. Well, it's Throwback Thursday. Okay. Now, this one says, secondly, Jude, good morning. What do you expect when the government in the country has failed woefully? There is serious hunger in the land. People are really suffering. No security, no bar, no jobs. The man must survive. I'm not really in support of what they are doing, but the truth is that if things were okay and properly done, I think most of these crimes would have been minimal. All we hear is change of national anthem, buying of private jets for the president and his vice. And here in Rivers State, a former governor who has completely served his tenure is trying to frustrate and distract the current one from doing the job, in which the security one is one of them, Godwin. He says, look, these issues the police security agents are supposed to be tackling, instead of going to occupy local government offices and staying on the road, wasting diesel, smugglers, they have completely lost focus. So it's blaming the police for not patrolling the streets. Okay, all right, thank you very much. We have a unique culture that prevents proper execution of crime fighting. I believe the authorities know what to do to deal with these incidents. Now, if they take it seriously, these things will stop with the technology that they have now. We just need them to be proactive. Good morning, Jude. My elder sister's phone was collected via this one chance from Mumokoro to Oyameo Junction. 2 weeks ago. This one chance is all over Ake Road to Wimpy. One chance is a business for transporters. White from Iwo Fair. So, it is robbery or robberies in the taxis. That's what basically one chance is. So what are your suggestions that can help in challenging this trend? On Facebook, which is at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH, all right, is where you find us on Facebook, and on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Ben Dixon says the government should create jobs and empowerment programs for the youth. Joblessness increases crime in a society. All right. Ajayi Paya says, may God help us in Port Harcourt metropolis. So it is getting out of hand, mainly from Rumokoro axis to Choba axis. One chances. Mainly Choba, notorious. If you tell people don't enter taxis that are not from the main park, it's going to be a bit of a, I think, please, you can help correct me. I think it's a bit of a challenge, because if I take a bus or I take a taxi or a minibus from Rumokoro Junction, for example, and then I aim to terminate my trip somewhere at the office, for example, okay? And then when they do stop me, all well and good, but there's a space left, and the driver is going to look for someone else to fill that space as he goes down to maybe Choba or to Rumosi. And there are people who are waiting to get from this office to Choba or Rumosi. Are you telling them that they shouldn't enter any bus any longer? What do they do? Do they now create taxi stops or parks at every major junction? I don't know. Azu is in Rumaholu. Azu, good morning. And Osita is in artillery. Azu, go on, please.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I remember my daughter was a victim.
Sad to hear that.
God saved her, and that experience is what I want to share, especially students of Uniport. She came home, and I gave her some money. She left, took some things, and she was rushing back because she said she had exam. And at Oberikwere, that was like she boarded the vehicle. And I think the people just cast a spell on her.
Wow.
Because according to what she recounted, she just felt that something overwhelmed her, and she became a bit tired, and before she knew it, she felt drowsy. And first of all, she according to her, she observed, she said somebody came out, and she went in, and she was now wedged between two persons. So that is the first thing people should avoid. When a vehicle stops, and you see somebody, pretending, that you should speak properly by letting you get in, and the person sits, and you find yourself now totally wedged between two persons, that's very suspicious. If it's in the front, a vehicle stops, and somebody now comes down for you to get in. Once they get you in a very difficult position, so to say, by wedging you in between two persons is a bit difficult. In the front, you are now between the driver and the person who is sitting this other way. So that was how my daughter found herself. In short, to cut the long story short, she found herself at, where is this village? She see Obakri or where?
Wow. From Rumokoro to Obakri.
She found herself, yes. And they now took her phone, took the money she had, what else? Then pushed her out of the vehicle. As soon as she stepped out of the vehicle, when I saw Bakari, it was when she asked. She didn't know where she was. It was now she asked somebody, say, what is really happening? Where is this place? The thing began to so to say, clear off her eyes. She realized that she was under a spell. And now she now picked the phone and called the mom.
Oh, wow.
And told the mom what had befallen her, where she was. So thank God my wife was very careful. She wasn't hysterical. She now told her what to do, see what you can do, tell people your plight, see whether I can get a little money, and then come back to the house. So that, and that was just how God saved that girl's life.
Osita is in artillery. Osita, are you hearing the things that we're hearing? Oh dear. We have to go on a break, please.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
International House of His Presence is 20, and now we are celebrating her and the Cardboard Conference 2020.